I knew something was wrong the moment her phone lit up. Not the screen itself, but the way her eyes flicked toward it, then away, like a thief pretending they hadn't touched the silver. We were sitting in that overpriced restaurant she insisted on, the one with the chandeliers shaped like melting glass and the waiters who walk as if the floor might shatter beneath them. She kept her voice soft, composed, dipped in honeyed arrogance. "A man's money is our money," she said, "but my money is mine. That's how it should be. I don't split bills. I'm the prize." Then she ordered the most expensive steak and wine on the menu, smiling as if she'd performed a moral act. I didn't argue. I didn't correct her. I didn't even blink. I just said, "I respect your standards." And she believed me, because people like her always believe they're the sun, and the rest of us just mirror their light. But that phone, it buzzed again, a short vibration, then another, 3 messages in a row. Her hand tightened around her fork, her breathing faltered, just for a second. Then she smiled too wide, too quickly, and pretended the world hadn't cracked open in front of her. It was that fragile, unnatural calm, the kind you see right before a confession or a collapse. I didn't know the truth yet, but I felt its shadow move, like something in the room had shifted without touching a single object. The night had barely begun when the first fracture appeared. She excused herself to the bathroom, taking her purse with her, and her phone. She always left her phone on the table before, always. I watched her reflection in the restaurant's mirrored wall, watched how she walked too fast, looking back twice to make sure I wasn't watching. Except I was. And I remembered the last 2 weeks, the sudden late-night work calls, the way she guarded her phone like it contained state secrets, the new perfume that clung to her skin like she was trying to cover someone else's scent. Then today's statement, "A man's money is our money," a declaration of ownership, a warning, a shift in dynamic. People only claim your resources when they know they're losing control of your attention, and people only lose control when they're hiding something. When she returned, her lipstick was smudged, barely noticeable, but I'd memorized every detail of her. She avoided my eyes, laughed too much, touched her neck like she was trying to hide the pulse that had betrayed her. And when the waiter placed the bill on the table, she pushed it toward me automatically, as if my purpose was to fund her illusions. I paid only for my meal. Calm, silent. Then I stood up. "Where are you going?" she asked. "For air." I left her there with the untouched $200 balance and the pressure of appearances closing in on her. But the story didn't end in that restaurant. It started there. That night, I didn't rage, I didn't accuse, I didn't demand answers. I observed, quietly, coldly. Because truth doesn't require noise, just patience. While she slept, I noticed the notification previews lighting up her screen. A man's name, repeated. 3 missed calls at 2 a.m. She turned in her sleep, clutching her phone as if she knew the truth was leaking out of it. The next day, I checked our shared expenses. Charges I didn't recognize, gifts I didn't receive, withdrawals she couldn't explain. I took screenshots. I traced timelines. I cross-referenced receipts. She wasn't careful. People who think they're the prize never are. On the 3rd night, while she showered, her phone buzzed again. Same name, same frequency. I didn't unlock it. I didn't need to. Patterns reveal more than passwords. I checked her location history. I compared her alibis, and the truth formed itself like a bruise, dark, undeniable, growing. She wasn't just using me. She was lying, splitting herself between 2 men, letting one pay for her existence while the other fed her validation. And she thought she'd crafted a perfect double life. But she underestimated silence. The proof arrived on a Thursday, a receipt emailed to her, accidentally forwarded to our shared cloud. A hotel room, 2 guests. Same night she told me she was meeting a friend for emotional support. There it was, the truth, a quiet, digital confession. When she came home that evening, her smile felt rehearsed. She kissed my cheek too lightly, spoke too sweetly, sat too close. People always grow affectionate when guilt begins to smell like rot. I placed my phone on the table, the receipt open on the screen. Not a word. Just the evidence between us, like a body she had to identify. She stared at it, her lips parted, her throat worked around a swallowed breath. "I can explain," she whispered. I nodded. Calm, cold, go ahead. But explanations are fragile things. They collapse under their own weight. She tried lies first, then tears, then bargaining. None of it mattered. The truth was already carved into silence. She reached for my hand. I didn't give it. She tried to close the laptop. I didn't stop her. I simply stood, walked to the dining table, and placed something down in front of her. The restaurant bill from the night she declared herself the prize. The $200 balance. Unpaid, unavoidable. Her eyes widened as understanding hit, slow, devastating. "That night," she whispered. "Yes," I said. "I respected your standards." She shook her head, trembling. "You're leaving me?" "No," I replied softly. "I left weeks ago. You're just noticing now." Her face collapsed. The carefully constructed arrogance shattered into panic. "I can change. I don't need you to change." She froze. "I just need you gone. No yelling, no threats, no elaborate revenge. Just truth, delivered like a final, clean incision." She packed in silence. I watched without emotion, without anger, without regret. Everything she touched trembled. Everything I touched remained still. When she walked out, she kept looking back, hoping for softness, weakness, anything to pull her back in. But I was done bleeding for people who only learn to drink. She closed the door behind her. The apartment felt